Alright, so I'm just making a quick video offhand. Let me lower this a little bit more. Just kind of disgusted. So, I was pretty good and aware all my life, but not technically what I'll call spiritually aware to awakened heart center. I mean, obviously, we all have love, we all have awareness and compassion and mental intelligence as well as emotional intelligence, but this is expanded from my awakening. It expanded, like I guess you could say, in all directions unconditionally, and I see the world like so many layers and everything now. Instead of, like, say, if this was a different subject matter, maybe I was like aware and understanding of this, maybe I didn't even see this, and maybe I was like, well, I don't know, I don't think I agree, you know what I mean? Now I see it all. So I got this in the mail, and it is October 22nd or 3rd. And I just decided to make this quick video. There's going to be two different subject matters, but this is where I'm at, and it aggravates me. So here's just a piece of junk mail, right? It's just junk mail, you say. Well, it's plasticky paper. It's waxy. Now, what's the point of this? Well, I'm in far northern California, and they don't take this at the two sites by me for over 2.5 years. They stopped taking all kinds of paper. They used to take paper, envelopes, computer paper, newspaper, magazines, all that stuff. They don't. The guy told me 2.5 years ago the reason is two reasons. Big places like China and other countries, mostly China, they're not buying it anymore. Too hard to recycle, not enough money in it, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Then he also said the reason they're not taking this, and they're only taking corrugated cardboard shipping boxes. Why? Because this has wax on it. This has some kind of chemical on it, ink and everything. So whatever they were supposedly recycling this for years, apparently they're not anymore. Either it was never truly that recyclable, or it's just getting too cost effective and too hard, and maybe the environment, I don't know. So that's just a piece of junk mail now that has to go in the garbage, which will go in a landfill, or who knows, hopefully it won't go in water. But either way, it's not good, right? So that's a recycling issue. And before I touch on what could be done, let me show you the other garbage. Well, here's another one. This is from my local food store. Now, I'm a vegan, and I eat vegan one meal a day, raw as I can, non-GMO, organic, and all that. And I buy only what I can, as absolute best I can, what can be recycled. Glass, can, corrugated cardboard box. No chips or snack boxes. No plastics, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7s. They don't recycle them. Look it all up on the internet. Do your research. Independents, news groups, recycling people, you name it. So I only try to buy 1 and 2s that can be recycled. No plastic bags, no boxes, no. I used to eat pizza in a vegan pizza from Daya in a pizza box. I haven't done that for 2.5 years because they don't take it. So here's my local food store with their, garbage. It's also got a magnet on it. So there's like some kind of magnetic thing that's also not recyclable, and plus the paper itself. So that's a recycling issue with all of this, and the other thing I'm going to show you. But there's another issue. So I lived in this town, and if you know far northern California, we have a lot of wildfires throughout the state, throughout the Midwest, year after year. Now, I've been here 8 years. I almost didn't move here because of a wildfire, because the building almost was going to burn down. The day that we came, a fire started. We had to turn back and not able to go. So, as you can see, here's the fire. We had a recent fire about a mile away from me, just north of me in my town, and it spread, I think, northeast. And so there's damage. And these are just two. Now, this happened about a month and a half ago in the beginning of September. And these are just two that I got in the mail today. I've thrown out probably close to 10 of them over the last month and a half. They're from lawyers from all over the state, not even in the area, just all over the state. And the typical. Now, I thought we were in a spiritual awakening, and I think we are. I think there's a lot of people going veganism, environmental protection, animal rescue and protection, animal rights, freedom. We saw it with the mask mandates. I ain't wearing that mask. I'm not getting no injections. People standing up for themselves. Now, maybe it's not as much the population when you look at a few million compared to billions, but it's still a lot of people saying no to the garbage, no to the lies, no to the BS, all that kind of stuff. And here's just another level. You know, back in Jersey, we used to call lawyers sharks. You know, there's blood in the water, the sharks are out. And this is just another part of humanity that has to end. So, fire claims. You know, were you infected anyway? There was one that actually said, if you have any emotional issues from the fire because you were scared or you had to evacuate. Now, I stayed in my place, and even though it was kind of scary, I just kept looking out and having a watch. And I kept my phone on just in case there was like an emergency response or anything. But you know what? We have insurance companies. Pay the people whose houses got burnt down and all that kind of stuff. But we got to get out of this mentality and this bull crap about, well, were you emotionally damaged? Did you have any, did you get scared or any of this? You know, the people that had their business burned down and where the fire started is bad enough, right? And the people that lost their homes, that's bad. But stop throwing all this stuff into it where, we can get you money. We can get you money. And the people who go for it, like I lived here, and it was scary and everything. But is my life affected? I went through a lot of pain and suffering through my childhood and through all kinds of stuff. But I'm not going to sue people for it, right? You get over it. You learn. You're human. You see mistakes. But this is the kind of mentality and the kind of people and the kind of businesses that need to be like changed or, I don't know, shifted to a different planet or something. Because this has got to stop. This kind of stuff, whether it's the environment stuff or this kind of stuff, get money. We can get class action suit. The damage is done. The buildings are done. The people who really were damaged and lost their homes, that's one thing. On an emotional level, they lost their home level. But we're all humans. Don't go, when you say beating a dead horse or something like that. There's no need to try to milk something out of something that's not there. Greed. That greedy mentality, shark blood in the water has got to stop. And it just makes me aggravated to see this. It's got to stop. All that kind of stuff has got to stop. And plus, it's all a waste of paper. The stuff can't even be recycled. Here, let's see how many thousands have been handed out, and now let's recharge the lawyers that send them out like $5 a pop or something for all the waste that can't be recycled. How about that? But you see what I'm going with this? You see what I mean? Like, come on now. Take care of people from the heart. These people lost their house. These people lost their home. Yada, yada, yada. They lost their business. Take care of those people. Don't go throwing lines out. And I'm telling you, there's probably 10 different people all the way down to San Diego and Los Angeles lawyers. And I'm like 12 hours from there. Throwing their hooks in the water. Anybody want to be a part of a class action suit, or do you need a lawyer to sue about the fire? Come on, man. This is why we are as a species, because of this kind of stuff, because of this and this. It's just aggravating. Now let's go on to the next thing. Here's more. Now this is about, I'd say this is about 90%. I threw a handful out, maybe 3-4 of them. So what are you looking at? You're looking at a $5 bill, and you're looking at the U.S. Census Bureau. This is legit stuff here. So I got a letter. First it was a normal letter. Then I got this one with $5. Please accept our $5 donation and please send in your census thing. Now I did a census about a year or two ago, which was really bizarre because it was right at the start of the pandemic or during the pandemic. I can't even stand that word. Not that there was a widespread sickness, but to me it was just a virus that they put mass fear out, and other people just went along with it. Corporations, companies, doctors, nobody knew. Oh my God, it's just something so amazing. Oh. To me, it was just a virus, and unless you were ill, deathly ill, or old, or weakened immune, that you really didn't have to worry about it. So here we are. They had the census going on. And people were walking around in plain clothes, no ID badges, nothing. Some of them had ID badges, some of them didn't. And they were knocking on doors. They were sending out paperwork, let's say a year to a year and a half ago. And after that, I had already sent it in. I wasn't even going to do it, and I did it online. I said, let me just do it, because they said that people might come to your door if you don't do it. I didn't need anybody coming up to my door with all this stupid pandemic and all their fear and all their mask wearing and everything. So I sent it in on the computer. All right, now that ain't this. This is brand new. And then what happened was these people were walking around my neighborhood every day, a new group. They were going twos, and they were walking around. I said, what are you people doing? They already came here. Oh, we didn't know. We didn't know. You didn't know? You work for the government. You get a specific building to go to. You check it off if you talk to the person, or you check it off if they weren't home. What do you mean you don't know? It was such a scam, or so badly done, that it was sickening. That they were, and again, people were around me, they have fear. Oh my God, I put your mask on. No, stand back. Don't talk to me. Stay away from me. It was ridiculous. And they kept sending 4 or 5 different people out. And I finally said, enough, man. Stop coming around here. Stop coming around here. Get together with the other people. Go online, whatever you have to do, and check off our area. It's been done already. Stop bothering people, So now let's fast forward. This census is different. This census is, do you have any children living with you? Well, since I did the first census a year and a half ago, and I marked down if I had children or not, then you should know, right? You should know that there's no children living here, okay? So, here's like one letter that you get from them, right? The second letter, please accept our $5 as part of your time and trouble, or whatever it says, to hand in your census. Now, this has been going on for weeks. I just got another one about 2 days, maybe about a week ago. This is going on for the last 3 months. So here's one with $5. I ain't using it. I ain't going to use their strange money. Here's another one. Put that over there. Here's another one. Here's another one. I didn't even open this one. Tired of opening them. Right? Here's another one. And then they sent out 2 big packages. Here's one package. Here's another package, big booklets and everything. Can't even recycle it. So not only did I tell you the annoyance of the ridiculous, bad way of doing things that they're doing when they first did it a year and a half ago, but now look what they're doing. All non-recyclable, all wasted paper, all wasted mailings. I'm sure they have to pay postage. It says, let's see. Yeah, they paid for postage. They even sent me $5. How many people have they sent $5 to? 1 million? 100? A few thousand? Sending out $5 cash in the mail? Is that bizarre or what? So, yeah, I just wanted to make a video on that. And I'm just going to put it under my Mothership Earth, where it has all the different videos of spiritual stuff, science stuff, spirit science stuff, awakening, just people and videos and songs and everything that strive to help people mentally and emotionally awaken from their heart center consciousness, where you have an emotion and thought that's aligned through a loving intelligence. Now, I didn't just do this on my own. I healed. I backed away from things. I went through a divorce and a lot of things. I went to therapy. I healed, and now I had this awakening within me, internally, and you can say externally, to other space and time, to what I call a multidimensional reality, way beyond just humans on Earth. Like, call them heavens, call them other realms, call them other space and time and existence and other beings and all that. I went through all that. So what had happened with me is I had lit up within. So when I see all this now, these are the things that I care about. Not playing video games or the next great video game like I used to, or going gambling, or going to the racetrack, or mindless stuff with my friends. Let's go to the mall. Why? I don't know. Let's go to the mall and chase girls or do whatever. Like, that's just gone. Old program out. Almost ridiculous that I was even part of that kind of stuff. And I became a vegan and all this other stuff like that. And I don't expect everybody to do that, because if you don't go through something like I went through, you're not just going to change. You can emotionally and mentally understand some things, but until you have that blasting inside, it's really hard to change. Some people can see the way animals are treated and everything, and make a change. Like, I ain't doing that anymore. Like, when I saw that, I already was going through the awakening, but when I saw that, I couldn't even believe the way people treat animals, not just in our country, but other countries. And the bull crap in that business. So vegan was easy for me. So I understand that. But this kind of stuff, everybody should understand this kind of stuff. This is just a mental level of understanding. You don't have to be a multidimensional awareness to understand something like this. But this is ridiculous. So I just wanted to share this video. And isn't that... Now, they didn't have this like this in there. I put that so you can see it, so I didn't have to open it up like this. Hold on one second. So yeah, you know, I call it the heart center consciousness, a loving, living intelligence within. Your mind's aligned, your emotions are aligned, and your whole lifestyle is aligned. And of course, you do the absolute best you can. Is it 100% perfect all the time? No, it's not. You know, I still have a vehicle with gas in it. I can't afford right now to have an electric van or electric car, although the near future looks really good for all this stuff. Electric planes. When I say electric, solar and battery operated electric. I think there's going to be even something even more awesome than that. These airships, like modern day blimps, that are way more impressive than the, what was it, hydrogen? Is that what they used to use? Now that's helium and other stuff. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of cool things. But so I still have a van that's gas, but I do my best not to cruise around on you know, all over the place just for the heck of it. And yeah, you know, you just do your best on all levels. I grow my own food, indoors and out. I live in a second floor apartment, and I got these lighting systems, and I'm growing stuff indoors. Matter of fact, so I just harvested these outside. Now, this is my third handful in 2 weeks. They grow within 25 to 30 days. These are radishes. So not only do I have radishes, but I have their greens. So I'm going to make a wrap tonight. So I'm going to use radishes, radish greens, cucumbers, carrots, and red bell peppers. These will be from me. The other stuff is from the store. But I do my best to start growing things. And I live in an apartment. So you can do that. And it's so wonderful to grow. You just pull it out like I get to eat this right now. Wash it off and eat it. That's awesome. Non-GMO organic from seed. I don't know how much camera I have because I can't remember. But here's an example. So I'll just put this all together because, you know, it all does go together. So these are strawberry plants. I started with 4 to 6 of them. Now I have, I think I counted 40 of them. So, and that's in a year. This is October, the end of October. I started November of 2021. So almost a year now. It will be 12 months basically. And I went from 4 to 6 of these plants to 40 of them. And this is a baby. Now look at that one is a baby growing. Now look, it's already growing a baby out here. Some are burying. This is burying, and that's burying. This is burying over here. Now this guy's running a baby. I'll show you something really interesting too. This is the first time. I made a video on it. Here's another baby. So now I had a plant like this. See how it's a baby? Or a little plant that turned from a baby. It's a young plant. And it made a baby out here, right? Now I still have it hooked up. And now the baby put out a baby, which is normal. But here's where it's not normal. I've never seen this yet. Here's the baby putting out 2 babies. And that plant is putting out 2 babies. Wow, that's awesome. See what I mean? From 4 to 6. These are things you can do. This is affordable. $63 rack, Walmart online. That's tax included and delivered. The lights, anywhere from 30 to 40. They're GE grow lights, red and blue spectrum, but they're in white light. And as you can tell, they can, from seed to fruit is what they call it, from seed to fruit. And these are pepper plants. I bought non-GMO organic from the store, and I ate them, red bell peppers, and they're growing. So you can see how you can do this. Here's some cucumbers. Didn't go well. Something happened to them, but I got a few of them down there. And oh, actually, these are going pretty well here. Here you can see these guys over here are going well. Matter of fact, I got to turn that light on the bottom. So yeah, this stuff you can do. I live in a second floor, 2-bedroom apartment. And I use 3 rooms for these, and I have a balcony. Here's a Brussels sprouts. They're the first time. This one took a hit, but anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. But here's celery, so you can grow celery. And again, they're non-GMO organic seeds. And so I grow this stuff right here, and you can see the different heights and everything. Here's eggplant. It took a beating by some aphids, and I got rid of them all, and now they're trying to appear again. But anyway, here's an eggplant. I don't know how many I'll get, but it takes a while to grow. Now, it won't be a regular eggplant. It will turn lighter and silver and look like a cucumber. And here's the peppers. I already harvested peppers from here. I cut them, and now they're regrowing. Sometimes they do well, sometimes they don't. Like this one's growing another pepper already. But again, it might be because the plant had already harvested and then I snipped it and it all grew back. But sometimes the flowers die off. Like this one over here is probably going to fall off. Some of them do, some of them don't. But you can get use out of it. And then here's basil over here. Potatoes are down there. I took out a few already, and then I left a couple in there to try to see if I can regrow some more. But the celery is nice and awesome. And then here's some more strawberries here. These were burying. Sometimes they don't go all together the same. Now this plant made its own plant without even making a runner. Like I showed you in the other room, it just made another plant, and then it keeps burying and burying. So like I have strawberries everywhere. Well, that's why they're taking up some room. But on the balcony, I have spinach is going, lettuce is down on the ground they let me do. So there's a lot of other stuff that you don't see. But here's some sage, here's some rosemary, some more basil. I cut a couple of these basils and they're growing. And here's some more celery. I got to get cilantro going again and everything. But like I said, I got so many strawberries that, you know, I'm not just going to throw my strawberries out. And again, look, they're babying all over the place. So the point is that you can do a lot with your life and with your apartment. And if you have a home or a garage or a basement, like I said, I don't have a lot of money or anything, but those stands are only $63. They're stainless steel coated. They're beautiful. They're 5 adjustable shelves. They're 6 feet high, 3 feet wide, 16 inches deep. And yeah, you saw the things I'm growing, and you can grow anything you want. There's some flowers and everything I didn't show you, but you can do that, and it's affordable. And the lights at $40 are still a good deal because they're normally $50 to $55 at Home Depot or Lowe's. That's in the States. So if you get them at 40, they're good. If I got them at 30 one time on a rollback, next time I got them at 38. So even if you start off with one system and one lights, you'll probably be about $190, $200 tops. And you saw all the room. And then you just buy the seeds. The seeds aren't expensive. Get them, I got all non-GMO organic seeds, anywhere from like 200 seeds to 2,000 seeds in a packet, whether they're food, herbs, or flowers. It's awesome. And then you can reseed them. And with the tomato, which you didn't see because I'm not doing them right now, tomato and red bell pepper, non-GMO organic from the store, I ate them and I planted them, and I keep eating them, reseeding them, eating them, reseeding them. I had a massive tomato grow, but then these white flies got on because during the summer I forgot to shut my windows because the white flies will find their way up to my place and in through the screens. But you can do tomatoes and red bell pepper from the store, and you can just take them home, get a non-GMO organic, eat them, dry the seeds off, throw them in. You don't even have to wait. You just throw them in and they'll start growing. I did it a handful of times over the year. It's awesome. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And you know, we have to make a change on all levels. You know, now what I wanted to say about this is, okay, so we mandate you have to wear a mask to come into our store or wherever you go. We want to mandate you to get a vaccine. We want to mandate everything. Why don't we start with something that actually matters? Like, how about we mandate that every company will be fined a ton of money until they are not producing this. You're not allowed to produce anything that cannot be recycled. All right? Number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 plastics. Let's mandate that. We're going to Mars. Let's set up a colony on Mars and the moon. Let's not. Let's make sure that none of this happens. Hey, we'll bribe you here. Speaking of a bribe, I don't know if I have it on my phone or anymore. I think I got rid of it in my hard drive. My hard drive went down, but I might have it in an email. So I got a letter in the mail one day like this, and at the end of it was a bribe. It was a U.S. government thing about how we need to vaccinate our family and our kids, and it was geared towards kids. And it's like, kids, we'll give you a $15 or $20 gift card for getting a vaccination. It really said that. They were actually promoting $20 gift cards to kids who would get vaccines. Can you imagine that? I mean, that's so absolutely bizarre. Just like this Lincoln looking at me. Come on, do the census. We'll give you $5. But let's mandate recycling. If we can go to the moon and Mars and put a space station and that Hubble and that other telescope, then we can easily make some kind of ink. I mean, the ancients used grounded up lapis lazuli and other stuff, red ochre or whatever they used, and the purple, and it lasted for thousands of years, and it's just a ground up mineral that can go right back into the ground. So let's stop this ink and wax and all this crap, right? Let's mandate that as an EPA or whatever it is around the world for the environment. Make sure that no companies can produce another single one of this or anything that cannot be recyclable for food or anything. How about mandate that? Right? How about mandate that lawyers and stuff will be fined if they're out there fishing, trying to make money? And shame on the courts for all these years for allowing these giant lawsuits and stuff, because all it does is take society and it makes people, want to be part of this scam. I'm a good person. I could use a few extra bucks. I could too. I could use money. And you know what I would do with it? I'd buy an electric vehicle or something, and then I'd help share with others. But I'm not going to be part of a scam and then, I got scared when the fire went. And it was scary. For 4 days, I stayed here, and a few other people stayed here, and it was scary. But I'm not going to be taking money or being part of their scam, feeding the blood in the water. And every individual has to act like that, because when they do, then there won't be no claims to have. There'll just be the basic, truthful claim of the people that actually were affected. You see what I'm saying? But it takes you as an individual to step back and say, yeah, that money would be good, and I could use it for helping people and buying an electric vehicle so I could be part of the environment. But I'm not going to do it without why it's non-truthful, why it's not truthful. You see? That's where we got to be, or else the society and the species doesn't change. Because if you do it once, it's wrong. That's it. I just wanted to say that. It just upsets me. I mean, look at this. Look at all this stuff. $5. You got $5? Come on, take my senses. Hey, kids, $15, $20 gift card if you get a vaccination that is not even needed and probably not even good for you, and you're a natural, immune, beautiful kid. You want a gift card? You could go buy some garbage food at the store. You see? You see the bull crap? All right. So anyway, and you might say, well, look at the way you're talking and your sarcasm.